Welcome in, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down the Kansas City Chiefs training camp practice from July 31st. So I have some bad news. I went to training camp expecting that there was rain in the forecast. I was hoping that they could get practice in and then it would start to pour. But unfortunately, it didn't work out like that. It actually started with a lightning bolt way off in the distance, and I actually heard some guy say, "Oh, it's going to pass." But then the very next minute, there was a huge lightning bolt right next to the defense, and that kind of scared everybody off. So the offense and the defense ran off the field, and from that point on, it just started to pour rain. But before practice did end, I was able to get some clips. I'm going to break down what happened in those clips and give you my perspective on those plays. Keep in mind, it's just practice, but you really get to see what Patrick Mahomes is able to do with some of the new receivers. It was a very short amount of practice time, but here's some of the things that stuck out to me. Patrick Mahomes just flung the ball all over the field, and for the most part, he was very accurate. He was hitting his receivers with ease, but occasionally he would wind up and launch a deep ball, but either the receiver would take a bad route or he would just completely overthrow them. That just shows you how powerful his arm is. And the only time today that I think that he messed up is he threw an interception into the hands of the Chiefs defense. I'm not quite sure who intercepted it, but it went right to him. So that was just a little bit of a mental error, but I think that he's not going to make those dumb mistakes in the games. I also noticed that the defense was very sharp. Steve Spagnuolo really has this defense working, and so far it's paying off. One of the things that stuck out to me is how energized this defense is. I mean, they want to be out there, and they want to make plays. Guys like Tyrann Mathieu, Frank Clark, a little bit from Colin Saunders, they're making plays, and they're making this offense work, which is exactly what they want. Training camp is to make sure everybody gets better and gets ready for the season. And when the offense actually has a defense that's challenging them in practice every day, it's going to make this offense better. So this defense has not only improved to the point where they can actually contest the offense, but they're getting better as well. There was actually a strange occurrence that happened at this practice. So I was watching the field and seeing the guys get warmed up, and I could not see Frank Clark. But about 5 to 10 minutes later, Frank Clark came jogging on the field. Supposedly, he was visiting family in St. Joe, lost track of time, said, "Oh crap, I gotta get to practice," and was speeding to get there. And supposedly, he got pulled over by the campus security, who ended up letting him go. But I just think that's kind of ironic. But also, the Chiefs coaching staff probably chewed him out a lot, because he's supposed to set an example for the young players that are coming in. So it was a mistake this time, but Frank Clark really needs to be there on time because, like I already said, he's setting an example for all the younger players. So even though the Chiefs didn't practice a lot outside, I still had a great time. Afterwards, when everybody kind of cleared out, I stayed and waited for the players to come out. I met Chris Jones, I met Kendall Fuller, I met Harrison Butker, and I even met Charvarius Ward. So it definitely was a great day. I let them know about the YouTube channel, and I actually ran into a few fans of these videos. So even though the Chiefs did not practice, I still had a great time meeting all the players and meeting some of the people that watched these videos. So if you haven't already, go see the Chiefs in St. Joe. It's a really fun experience. You get to be so close to the players. You have a lot of player-fan interactions, and it's overall a really fun experience. So I would highly recommend going if you get the chance. So even though it is training camp, I really feel like this team is getting better and better every day, and they're just walking that road to the Super Bowl one step at a time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everybody subscribe. It really helps out, and I really appreciate it. Go click the link in the description and go support me on my Patreon. I would really appreciate it. Go check out my social medias. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.